Good morning out there. We have a great show planned for today. Going to be starting out showing some pups from Victoria Animal Control and Palm Valley Animal Center, and then wrapping up the show with an interview talking about the fundraising platform and pledging platform that we've developed with Snowball Fundraising. So be sure to stay tuned and check that out. Hey, good morning everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to start off the show by letting you know about a couple of things that are going to be changing up after this weekend. As I mentioned yesterday, due to the Skype technological errors that we experienced on Wednesday, I'm now going to be having my participating shelters submitting their videos of their shelter walkthroughs showing their specific dogs that they want to showcase in advance, so I can be able to prepare it into a video, much like the one you're about to see from Victoria Animal Control in just a second here. So that way it'll be much clearer and crisper and easier for you guys to be able to see the animals and make it less inconvenient as far as trying to require different shelters to be available at a specific time, especially when they are understaffed and don't necessarily have the manpower to be able to accommodate the filming at the same time as they're supposed to be doing their other job roles. So that kind of leads me to another point that I wanted to bring up, is how important it is for people to volunteer at their local shelters. If you aren't already doing so, I would encourage you to visit your local shelter and see if there's any kind of needs that they have. There's pretty much always a need for volunteers. So if you want to go and talk to them and see if there's anything that you can do to be of assistance to them, that way they can have a little bit of extra time to be able to do additional things that they might need to do that they don't necessarily always have the time to do on a daily basis. Volunteering always kind of frees up some of their time to be able to take on some additional roles as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start the video from Victoria Animal Control so you can see the 5 dogs that they wanted to feature today. And if you have any interest, please take a look at the ticker at the bottom of the screen and give them a call and see if you can find out more information about whether you're interested in adopting or even rescuing.
Alright guys, so this is Charlie. He is actually around a year in age. He's been here for 39 days. He has been sponsored, so his adoption fee is only $30. He's been on our Facebook page, so you'll see him in his pajamas. He's super sweet. He'd make a great lap dog. Very friendly. We have no issues at all with him. I definitely suggest to come out and meet him. He loves to be loved on. Okay, this is our goofy boy Dexter. He's around a year to 2 years old. He's been here for 17 days. His adoption fee you're looking at is around $133. He's super sweet, super loving. I've heard he doesn't have any issues with dogs. I'm not too positive about it, but definitely a great member to add to your family. Like I've said, he's a big goofball. He'd be perfect. Alright, so this is a female German Shepherd we have here. She's been here for 37 days. She actually came in as a stray. She came in with another German Shepherd, but that one was reclaimed. She's around 9 months to a year old. Her adoption fee here would be $128. Very friendly, super sweet, have no issues with dogs. She's very obedient. I feel like she's going to be very loyal to her new family. All right, this is our healer mama. That's what we call her. She is around 2 to 3 years old. She's been here for about 27 days now. For her adoption fee, you're looking at $128. She's so friendly, she's super cute. Make a great porch dog. A little companion while you're sitting on the front porch. We've had no issues with her. She's hasn't barked since she's been here. She's been very sweet. Definitely a great member to add to your family. This is Nala. She has actually been sponsored. Her adoption fee is $30. She has been here for 50 days now. She was owner surrendered to us. Still looking for her forever home. She's super sweet. She can be very skittish at first. She's so sweet.
Sit. Paw. Good girl. Good paw. Good paw.
Okay guys, I apologize for that interruption in the presentation just a minute ago. I actually just found out, I got word from Palm Valley Animal Center that they need to push back their feed by a couple minutes. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm actually going to show you the interview that I did yesterday with the CEO of Snowball Fundraising and Swoop. I'm going to actually go ahead and air that now in the interim until they are ready to go. So if you'll just bear with me for just a second here, the screen is going to go black for a second while I get the video loaded. So just 1 second here. Hey there everybody watching, this is Sarah with Shelter Pets Live, and I am holding an interview with Mr. John Kaloran, who is the CEO of Swoop, who is the company that developed the fundraising pledging platform software that I am working on applying to Shelter Pets Live. And so I'm actually going to give John the opportunity to tell us a little bit about his organizations and what both of the products that he has do.
Hi. Hi, Sarah. Thanks.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, you know, it's actually funny. I wanted to, how we got connected. We have, at Swoop, we have a fundraising product called Snowball. And it's a super popular fundraising platform that nonprofits across the country are using. In the last 2 years, we've had 6,000 nonprofits sign up with it, and 300 every month are signing up with it. It's really an exciting, it's a great product. It just makes it easy to pledge and donate so they can support good causes without having a lot of hassle and a lot of difficulty in doing so. Well, I don't really, my cell phone number is not out there, but Sarah is a good investigator, and she found my number and called me on a Monday morning and caught me, and I heard all about this project that she's undertaking, and being an animal lover, and I have dogs myself, and I've always had dogs. connected with me, and so we're 100% behind this project, and we're donating the technology, and we're even going to do some custom development on this project, so that it's just a really beautiful experience for everybody to use, and we're happy to do it. And, the developers we have on staff and the team we have, they all are dog lovers as well. So it's an exciting project and fun for us.
And it is funny how we did end up connecting, and you're right. I wasn't necessarily looking to connect with the CEO of the company. I was just trying to reach out to somebody to try to figure out, a little bit more about what the fundraising opportunity that you guys offer through your product, how it works, and how it could potentially be applied to animal rescue. And I had been trying to fill in some of the holes that I was seeing as far as how the pledging process goes right now on Facebook and other social media platforms. And as I explained to you in our conversation, the way that it works now, as many of you that are watching are familiar with, but for those of you that are not familiar with the entire process, is right now what happens is you'll see a picture of a dog who is getting networked to be pulled out of a shelter or any kind of rescue needs for this particular animal and their circumstance. People will manually type in the comment section of the photo, "I'll pledge $10 to the tagging rescue organization that pulls the dog. Private message me with the PayPal information of the rescue and the freedom photos." And if you don't know what freedom photos are, that is a picture of the dog actually exiting the shelter, so that people know that they are pledging their money towards an animal that is actually coming out of the shelter. And it's not just money that's kind of floating around out there where they don't know if the animal is actually getting rescued, and that's where their money went. So people are understandably hesitant to put their money somewhere where they're not sure, that it's secure and that it's going to the right purpose. So I started doing some research to see what kinds of different pledging or fundraising opportunities exist now, and if any of them could be applied to the entire rescue process, because it's very it's not that it's complicated, it's just that there is no real process in place that works. Because basically when someone pledges their money towards an animal, it is the responsibility of you to either follow that pledge around until the dog is free and you make your actual financial donation to the animal, or it's up to somebody who is in the rescue organization, usually it's a volunteer, to go out and hunt down these people that make these pledges that are always well intended. That's certainly not the issue. It's that a lot of times that's what people do all day. They sit and they pledge to save animal lives. And it's really hard to keep track of each individual pledge that you make unless someone chases you down for it. Or you have a list that you keep a tally of, I pledged to this dog on this day this amount. Well, that is really hard to keep track of, especially when you do it multiple times a day. So I wanted to try to find something that existed, or talk to a company that could develop something with the specific needs of animal rescue in mind. And when I found Snowball Fundraising online, I approached you guys, and like you said, I just so happened to be able to find your direct phone number and have a conversation with you. I wasn't planning on being able to talk to the CEO of any company. I was just kind of trying to find, maybe the sales department. And I got fortunate enough to get you on the phone and tell you exactly what we needed and what we were looking for. And you liked the concept, the idea so much, and explained to me how your product works and that you thought that it would be the perfect solution for this type of need. And after, you know, another couple of additional conversations about specific needs to be tailored to what you guys already offer, you guys were generous enough to put your heads together to develop a custom tailored product for us to be able to use that isn't really like anything else that's out there right now, that people will be able to easily and securely use to be able to pledge money towards saving animals. And I can't, you know, tell you thank you enough for that, because I think there have been many, many people who have tried to come up with an idea to develop something like this that would work. And I don't know if maybe they thought it seemed a little bit too difficult to put together, or maybe they weren't quite sure, you know, if it was really even possible to come up with something comprehensive enough to do everything it needed to do. And, you know, thank goodness, the way your product already was developed already had like 90% of everything that we needed in place. And the only thing that we're doing to make a couple of little small adjustments to your original product is that we are going to develop something that makes it where each shelter that is on Shelter Pets Live will have their own individual page with multiple dog, it's called a thermometer, where you can have a visual representation of the amount of money that is being raised for any particular animal. And that makes it very easy for you to be able to look on one page for one shelter and see, hey, look, you know, Fluffy over here has $500 pledged to him, and Roscoe over here only has $30. You know, maybe my money would be better suited going towards Roscoe, who needs it a little bit more. And we can help divert funds by letting people visually see where their money is needed more. So the fact that we'll be able to do something like that and have all of the pledges and donations that are being you know, promised to a particular animal, to have that all in one location is huge, because right now, like I said, the way it is, it's manually entered by someone typing it into the comment section of a photo. And when that original post photo has been shared exponentially so many times, and every single one of those may have people pledging on it, there is virtually no way to keep track of every amount of dollar pledge that's being made to any animal. So the fact that it can all be centrally located in one place and easy to find is going to just absolutely revolutionize the way that pledging is done for animals, and be able to save so many more lives, because the fact that we'll be able to get the money to the rescues rather than them having to hunt it down and only potentially collecting around, you know, 30 to 40% is the estimated amount that they usually get every single time. You know, there's never like 100% collected, and that's unfortunate, because for every dollar that they don't collect, that ends up coming out of their pocket. And when you're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, that eats away at your funds very quickly. And even just dog that needs, you know, a heartworm treatment that can cost, you know, up to $1,000 sometimes, that comes out of their pocket. And we just can't lose rescues because of the inability to collect funding. That doesn't help anybody, and it certainly does not give animals the opportunity to live when they're stuck in a shelter and can't get any other way out. So, you know, like I said, I can't tell you thank you enough for being able to work with us and being willing to so generously donate your time and your efforts towards this cause to save animal lives. You know, there are thousands of animals and thousands of people that, you know, are going to benefit immensely from this.
So thank you. You're welcome. And it's like I said, it's an absolute pleasure for us. And what's really kind of great, and I think this is the reason our technology, I think, will work great for this, and it's been working for so many of the nonprofits out there, is that anyone who's viewing and pledging, what's great, if you look at my T-shirt, you'll see one of our trademarks of our company is that nobody's going to need to set up a password. Okay, It is a 2-click pledging process, and they can just log into their account that they're going to set up with you guys to be able to donate and pledge in 2 clicks, and they'll never need to remember a password. So it's just convenient. People like to do it. People hate passwords. It's fun. We have these shirts for trade shows, and we wear them around town. And I can't tell you, just flying on airplanes and walking around town, come up to you and tell you how much they hate passwords.
Right.
And one of the reasons we say passwords suck is that they stop people from giving and from donating. When you have to set up an account at different places, you get fatigue, and people have 20 and 30 passwords, and the last thing they want to do is create another one. Right. So I think that's one of the benefits people are going to love about using the system here. And for pledging, it's going to be effortless. They can do it from their phone. They can do it from their computer. The different rescue shelters that the rescue groups that are joining this platform as well, they too can just log in a 2-click button and not have to worry about it. So it can be effortless and seamless, and just a real pleasure to participate with.
Absolutely. It seems like 2 very complementary products coming together to be incredibly beneficial to the users and the animals. So again, thank you so much for working with me, or allowing me to work with you, develop something that is so unique and so revolutionary. I know I kind of used that word before, but it really is, because the way that we do it now, and bless everybody's heart who's doing it, because they're doing the best with what they have available to them, which is not much. It's literally typing on a Facebook post and using a PayPal account to make your donation. And it's worked to an extent thus far. When people understand how this works and use it and see how easy it is to make pledges and donate money, I have a feeling they're going to have a hard time stopping making their donations and pledges, because it's just so easy and makes it very simple for you to be able to keep track of the kind of pledging that you're doing, especially if you work for an organization that wants you to keep tallies of, what animals you've pledged to and how much you've spent. It's going to be very, very useful for people that, like I said, need to be able to keep like an accounting tab of what they're doing. So,
sure.
And
Sarah, if anyone has any concerns about security, this is a super secure system. We've been doing this for 7 years now. We started this technology, this new authentication technology, was for managing authentication issues at these super highly secured federal facilities, where they do all kinds of military and high security secret type stuff. And this technology was developed there, and we've had it validated by other federal facilities like Los Alamos National Laboratory and Sandia National Laboratory. So it's super secure, and that's where we started with this business. And then it was, the world's a funny place. All of a sudden, we realized this technology had a wonderful application in the nonprofit world. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, nonprofits started signing up with us, using us. 6,000 of them signed up in the last couple of years. And it's more and more every month, and it's great because it just makes it easy for people to donate. And this is how you found me, where our new product is on a website called swoopnow.com, if you want to go check it out. We released it 3 weeks ago in San Francisco at a big, and it got tremendous reception, and it's taking off quickly. So if people want to learn more about it, they'll understand the technology that they'll be using here. So,
absolutely.
I just thought I'd let everybody know the history of it there.
Sure. Well, I do appreciate that, because I think that that's one of the major concerns for people that are trying to help animals, is they just want to make sure that their money is secure and it's going where it's supposed to go. So the fact that that major hurdle is being addressed from the get-go, and they can feel, comfortable that everything is secure, is going to just encourage even more pledges to be made. So, we are very, very happy to be able to present this product in this particular field of animal rescue. It's going to be a huge game changer. And like I said, again, thank you so much to you and your team. The fact that y'all have been so eager to participate in this venture, and have really put a lot of your man hours together to be able to develop something that will work and be effective, in this type of application is just huge. So please give a huge thank you to your team, myself, and all that are going to benefit from it. Because we've been looking for something like this for quite a long time, and now that something like this has arrived on the scene, I think Vision's fundraising capability.
That's great. So wonderful. Thank you, Sam.
Well, taking up of your time, I know that you're extreme, so I'll let you get back to catching up on a couple of things that you need to do. And I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you and your team, and once we have some more additional features to introduce.
Thanks, Sarah.
Sure. The rest of your day, John.
Okay, folks, there you have it. That was my interview with Well Fun. And I meant to show broadcast today, but I wanted to fill a little bit of time to minutes to be able to get everything prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to them, and you can go ahead and get their part of the show started. Good morning, Rebecca.
Can you see me? Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
How are y'all?
Good. I'm so sorry that we ended up going over due to the interview being longer than expected, but I thank you very much for being patient with me.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We have some amazing pups that we want to showcase, and I apologize if it's a little my camera is a little fogged over. It's a little humid down in South Texas, if people don't know. But we have some amazing pups. I do want to say that one of the dogs we were going to be featuring adopted late yesterday. And so that is fantastic news. We want to say thank you to their adopter. We want to say thank you for anybody that heard her post, that viewed her, that let people know that she was available and that she'd make an excellent, fabulous family pet. So we're going to start off with one of our very special girls.
Excellent.
So we want to start off with Dee Dee. Dee Dee is absolutely about a year old. She's female. She's a Shepherd blend, and she has this beautiful brindle coat. And just a little bit, full disclosure, I am a bit of a brindle lover, and so I love brindle dogs. I love black dogs. Those are probably my two favorite things about dogs.
Oh, me too.
And so Dee Dee here, again, was admitted to our center in late July. She's been with us for quite some time. She's just an absolute doll, and we want to make sure that if anybody is out there and if you're interested in having a dog, and she's fully grown, so she's like a medium-sized dog. She's not extremely large, but she is, again, a medium-sized dog, and she would be great as a walking buddy. Didi has been with us, again, for quite some time. She has a fabulous smile, and her ears perk up when she hears treats, and I think she might have heard treats. But Didi loves treats, which makes it a huge plus because any dog that is food motivated is extremely trainable. And so Didi here is really great. This girl, we hope, is able to find a loving and amazing family that can come in her. And we would love to introduce you to her. So we want to encourage anybody, if you're in the area, please stop on by. If you're a rescue organization and you know of a family in your area that would be interested in this amazing pup, please contact us. We offer transportation to San Antonio twice a week as part of our life-saving efforts. And we could definitely take Didi in our transport. And so we want to invite everybody, if you're interested in her, please let us know. And again, Didi, a 1-year-old female, and she is, again, just ready to go into a home. This weekend, we're actually hosting an event here at the Lori Pandu Spa Center where a local or a regional statewide grocery store by the name of HEB is actually sponsoring all of the adoptions. So we are going to be doing this weekend, Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th, waived adoption fees thanks to our friends at HEB. Didi will be part of that. And so if you are interested in adopting her, you can come this weekend, but we can't guarantee she'll be here. So stop on by. We're open today. We're open until 6 and meet Didi.
Wonderful. That's great that HEB is collaborating with you guys. They are a fantastic organization.
They are. They're such great partners and community partners. Next, we have our super sweet Brittany, and we're going to bring her out. And you guys, some of these pups you've seen before, thanks to Sarah and her webcast, and we're still working to try to get them placement. Didi was featured earlier this week, and we're still working on finding her that forever home. And so you might recognize some of these faces. Some of them are new, but all of them are amazing pets and would make great companion animals. Just like Didi here, who is waiting for her forever home. All of the pets featured this morning are some of our long-term residents, meaning that they've been with us for quite some time. And because our high intake, because we have so many animals in need, we are really needing to find placement for these beautiful, beautiful, sweet babies. So here we have Brittany right here, and Brittany is extremely energetic. Brittany loves treats, and she just found them herself, so she doesn't have to be told where they're at. Brittany is one, like I said, she's fully grown. The great thing about Brittany is that I think she would make a great walking buddy, and I think she's the perfect size. So, you know, if you don't particularly want a huge dog, but want like a dog that has that kind of presence, I think Brittany has that, where she's this medium size, but she definitely has some like this, just a big dog attitude, if that makes sense. Our dog lovers, I think, can kind of understand what that means.
Sure.
She is just really energetic, and then she has these beautiful green eyes, and she loves to cuddle. She loves to play, and again, she is treat motivated. So that means that she's extremely trainable, and we're working on her potty training. She's semi-potty trained. She just needs a little bit of more encouragement once she goes into a home. Brittany is about a year old. She was admitted to our center in early August, and she's ready to go into a home. And we hope that if you're out there and you're interested, whether you're close by or whether you're far away, please let us know if you're interested in Brittany. We work with over 300 rescue organizations across the United States and in Canada. We have some experience in making transport happen. It is, it takes some logistical planning, but it's definitely something that we can work with organizations across the United States, which we do on a daily basis. So Brittany here, again, available for adoption. She is ready to go into her forever home, and we invite anybody to stop on by. Brittany is super amazing. She has this beautiful coat, and she just looks like a miniature shepherd, with those pointy ears and that those very lovely eyes.
Absolutely. She's great.
So our next baby is going to be Buddy. So Buddy's one of our, I'm going to walk out here into some of our other play space, and we're going to showcase him with one of our adoption staff, because Buddy loves people and thrives when he's with people. He is a little bit more shy, a little bit more reserved, but he absolutely loves being around people. And it's the one thing that I think that we can take away from him, is that he will come out of his shell. And again, this beautiful, lovely brindle coat all around. He's comfortable with other dogs. But again, we can work with you. We can talk to any adopter that wants more information on how to introduce a new pet into a home that has current pets. And so our staff here wants to focus on making that connection. And so we want to invite anybody to stop on by. Buddy, again, as you can see, likes being around people. Here our lovely adoption specialist, our lovely adoption specialist can show you that he likes being handled. He feels a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident when he's around folks. And so we want to invite anybody that's interested in meeting Buddy. So Buddy's been with us since early August, and we've been working with him as far as his shyness. And believe it or not, he's come a long way. He still needs a little bit of work and reassurance, but wouldn't anybody that's coming into a shelter environment, can you imagine going from being in a home as a puppy and then being thrusted into an environment like a shelter, which is a very high stress environment for any dog, and so especially for one that is fairly young. And so Buddy here is already neutered. He's ready to go into a home, and so we want to invite everybody to stop on by. This guy, I can tell you, has a great personality and is a really sweet little angel.
Well, he sure looks very comfortable in her lap there, and I have his picture next to him in the slideshow, and it's him in his little jailbird costume for Halloween, and he just looks so precious.
Yeah, so he's ready to break out of the shelter. That's kind of what the staff was playing around with, and he lets you dress him up. He really is very, very eager to please, which would make me really happy, because when you get a dog that loves people and wants to be around people, that's exactly what you think of when you are getting a dog and welcoming a dog into your home. So the next pup we want to showcase, her name is Lucy. Let me go ahead and come out into our other open space area. So this is Lucy right here. Lucy is one of our, again, long-timers. She had been adopted once before, and it didn't work out, and the family did bring her back at no fault of her own. Lucy has been somewhat under our care since April, and so she is definitely one of our long-term residents. She's already spayed. She's a shepherd blend, and of course, she's this beautiful black beauty. Lucy really wants to be in a home. She did really well while she was in a home with that family. And again, the reason she was returned was not because of anything that she did. It was a circumstance with the family. And so we want to invite everybody, please stop on by, give her a chance. I will tell you that she is ready to join your family. She likes being around her staff. She does really well with other dogs. And so if you have dogs at home, what a better what better than to get another dog that does well with dogs? And definitely our staff is here to help you answer any questions regarding how to introduce a new pet into your family, especially if you have pets at home, which is one of the biggest concerns, right? Hey, I have a dog at home. I don't know how that's going to work out. Well, our team here is ready to answer any of those questions and hopefully make that transition one that is positive for you and your new pet and your current pets.
Sure. She looks like she'd make a great friend for your pet.
She is. She's a sweet girl. She is bigger. She's a bigger one of the bigger dogs that we have. I'm going to kind of pull back a little bit so you guys can see next to our adoption specialist. But definitely such a great size, and she does well outdoors. She likes playing. She likes running. And although, you know, none of these dogs that we're showcasing are truly senior dogs, they're just adult dogs, but still have that playful puppy personality that's wanting to come out.
Absolutely. And, you know, the great thing about getting an adult dog, or at least not a puppy, is they're already worked through all of the little quirks that puppies have, and they tend to be much easier, as you said, to train. They're very, very willing to please, and anyone who's considering getting a dog should definitely look into a more mature animal, you know, and not just limit themselves to puppies, because a lot of that hard work is already taken care of.
Correct. Especially if you like your shoes without bite marks. Definitely.
I definitely do.
If you appreciate shoes without bite marks, really consider getting an adult dog. And this sweet girl here would be a perfect example of what that would look like. I know up next we had Mishka, who was going to be featured. Mishka is actually doing her checkup. She was pulled to do her healthcare checkup, as we do here at the Lori Pianri Spa Center, just so we can make sure that everybody stays healthy, is healthy as they continue to search for their family. So although Mishka is not here for her live feed, she's still available, and she is a true beauty. I mean, she's this beautiful, she looks like a cattle dog shepherd blend, and she made it in early August. And so if you guys can see her picture there, she's this gorgeous girl. She's about a year old, and again, still available for adoption. And we want to invite you to stop on by, or if you're interested, please stop on by and ask about Mishka. Next, we have Monica. This is our sweet Monica right here. Monica, again, is been with us since July, which is a long time to be in a shelter setting, but it hasn't really deterred her great, fantastic, playful personality. And I'm going to try to get a close-up of those beautiful eyes, because she has these extremely light gray blue eyes.
Yes.
And so she is ready to go into a home. Monica, again, she's a female. She would make a great walking, running, hiking buddy. She has great energy. And at 1 year old, again, she is past that puppy phase and ready to just have fun and be playful without having to go through all of those puppy phases that are sometimes challenging if you're not ready for them. And so if you're looking for that dog that is ready to join your family without a lot of hassle, Monica is going to be the girl for you. She is very sweet. She loves to play outside. So definitely, if you're an outdoor person, well, guess what? You have an outdoor dog. She loves to walk. She loves to hike. She does well on her leash, and definitely will make a great addition to your family.
Wonderful. Yes, she is a beautiful dog.
There you go. So that is our sweetheart, Monica. Next, we're going to be featuring our lovely Hershey. And we always get asked how we choose the names. Our staff bases it on personality, and I think maybe around lunchtime. So if they're wanting to treat themselves, because we sometimes end up having a series of pups that are Hershey and Twix and Brownie, and I'm like, somebody with a sweet tooth was needing a snack midday while we were naming some of our pups. But this is our dear Hershey. She is treat motivated. Again, I emphasize that because one of the things that we've learned is that's been very helpful for our staff here, trying to reinforce maybe potty training or some more positive people behavior, like sitting and staying and walking on a leash. All of those things really help us and help us know more a little bit about the pups, and let our team really inform the potential adopters, like, hey, you know what, this girl here, she's food motivated, which is a positive, because it will ultimately help you, train her, or make the experience of her joining your family a lot easier and go a lot smoother.
Sure.
She's already spayed, so she's ready to go. Again, all of our adoptions include spay, neuter, vaccination, collar and tags, microchip, the whole package. And so she's been with us since early August. This sweet girl is really amazing. Sometimes I'm not really sure why some dogs end up staying longer than others. Hershey is a great example of that. And so we want to invite everybody to please stop on by. If you are interested in adopting Hershey, if you are with a rescue organization and you want to start pulling from our center, please contact us. Even though we work with over 300 rescue organizations throughout the United States and Canada, we are always in search of additional rescue partners. So we want to invite you to come on by, give us a call, help us save more lives, and of course, give these wonderful dogs a chance, just like Hershey here, who's ready to join a family, whether it's here locally or anywhere across the United States. I can tell you that this girl would make a great addition to any family.
Absolutely. Her and every single dog that we have shown in the broadcast thus far seem like they would be absolutely perfect animals to join your family. So, guys, the number for Palm Valley Animal Center is going across the bottom of the screen here. It's 956-686-1141. So please either stop by their location in Edinburgh, or you can give them a call to get more information.
You bet. And so, last but not least, we have our dear Fable here. She is one of our bigger girls, but she's not an extremely large dog either. Usually when I think of a large dog, I think of maybe a dog that's a little bit taller, a little bit bigger than she is. But Fable here would, again, a great personality. She, the one thing that I will tell you, as she's kind of demonstrating right there, she loves giving kisses. So if you like dogs that are affectionate, that are loving, that love to cuddle, love to play, love to love on you, this girl is definitely for you. And lucky you if she dotes on you, because she really is such a sweetheart.
Well, sweetheart, and she's beautiful too.
Correct. She is, Fable here is about a year old. She's already spayed, and she's been with us again since early August. So we're really hoping that somebody's out there, that perfect family, looking for that perfect pet, and we can make that love connection here at Paws. We want to invite anybody that is interested. If you're close to us, if you're in the Edinburgh, Rio Grande Valley area, please stop by here at the Lori Piandu Spa Center. We're open until 6 p.m. today. Reopen tomorrow for a special adoption event partnering with HEB. We're going to open early. We're going to open from 9 a.m. We're going to stay open late till 7 p.m., all in hopes of trying to find homes to as many pets as possible. And thanks to our friends at HEB for sponsoring adoption. So what that means is that we're going to be able to waive adoption fees and still include all of our regular adoption perks, which include spay, neuter, vaccination, microchips, 30 days of health insurance, collar and tags, all of those great things with all of these great dogs. So we want to say a big thank you for everybody that's watched. Thank you so much, Sarah, for including us in this project and for allowing us to showcase these amazing dogs.
You're very welcome, Rebecca, and that is such a great opportunity to be able to get a wonderful new family member at such a good price, which is free. It doesn't get better than that, and thank you, like you said, to HEB for making that possible for these dogs, because they have always done everything they possibly can in their power to be able to support animals. So thank you to them, and good luck this weekend. I really hope that a lot of these babies find their new homes.
Yeah, well, you know what? On Monday, we'll give you a recap of how many adoptions we had. Hopefully, we have a lot of happy tail endings.
Sure, that would be great. I'm going to be keeping my fingers crossed and praying for that ultimate outcome. So have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you guys again on Monday.
Likewise. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, Rebecca.
Okay, guys, as you can see, that was Palm Valley Animal Center showing a couple more of their long stay dogs that they wanted to go ahead and feature again this week, just because they have been here, there at the shelter for quite a long time. And, you know, to be honest with you, those dogs are actually really lucky. Sorry, pardon the little bit of a delay that's going on here with the feed. But those dogs are actually really fortunate to be at that shelter, because most dogs do not get the opportunity to stay alive in a shelter that long. Usually they don't have really, frankly, much more than a couple of days sometimes, because shelters, especially smaller ones or ones that have a huge influx of number of dogs on a regular basis, they have to euthanize for space. And so the way that it works here in Texas is owner-surrendered animals have 0 hold time. That means as soon as they walk through that door, they could be euthanized within moments. And then stray holds, that's 3 days. By law in Texas, they have to be given 72 hours to be held alive at the shelter to give their owners an opportunity to come in and reclaim the dog. And bite cases, which is basically any animal that draws blood, gets held in the facility for 10 days. And that gives them the chance to, you know, figure out whether the dog has any sort of communicable diseases, rabies, things like that. So it's really kind of unfortunate that the dogs that aren't necessarily known to be a perfect family pet have a longer chance to survive inside the shelter than the animal that has been with a family for, you know, 10 years and at no fault of their own they have to be surrendered. And if they don't have the opportunity to get networked in time, then unfortunately that's basically the end of them. So these dogs at Palm Valley Animal Center are fortunate to be there as long as they are. So please contact them if you saw any dogs that you are interested in potentially adopting, or if you're with a rescue organization and you think you would like to tag the dog for rescue. Please contact them at the number that was listed at the bottom of the feed there, and I can go ahead and post that number on my Facebook page as well. And I would actually like to just kind of recap the interview that I did with John at Snowball Fundraising, and let you know that the way that that platform is going to be utilized in an animal rescue capacity is to be able to, right now we are developing on the back end a way to make it easier for you to be able to go to one link per shelter location and be able to see a thermometer for every single dog that is featured on the show that we want to raise funds for. Right now, the way it is set up, because they have never actually done that before, they've never, I guess, had a need to be able to put all of their thermometers in one location to make it easy to be seen. So what they're doing on their end is creating a new visible page for every thermometer to be shown, so you can easily go to Shelter A or Palm Valley Animal Center or Victoria Animal Control and see a thermometer per dog, so you can say, oh, this dog has $300 in pledges, and this dog over here only has $25. So we're going to make it easy for you to be able to see where your money is going to be going for each individual dog, knowing that it's going to be safely held there until the dog is pulled by the rescue. And then at that point, that money that has been pledged towards the dog is going to be going directly to the rescue once the animal has been tagged. So another thing that we are going to be developing and integrating into that page, that individual page, is the ability for people that are wanting to pledge money not for a specific dog, but towards a specific need, like veterinary services or transport or boarding. You can actually say, I want to donate X amount of dollars towards boarding, and it'll go right into a general fund that is going to be basically like a catch-all, so that any dog that needs boarding, transport, or veterinary services to be covered, not just with the money that's supposed to be being pledged
towards the rescue organization, but an additional account for those needs, because we want to make sure that those are covered if they're needed, because if you don't have a foster in place to be able to accommodate those needs, like picking the dog up from the shelter and taking them to their veterinary appointments to get vaccinated, spayed or neutered, or microchipped, then somebody has to be able to transport the animal from the shelter or the boarding facility to the vet to be able to get those things done before they can cross interstate lines if they are going out of state. So that is another thing that, other than the way it's been happening now, which is people can call a vet office and donate directly via PayPal or some other way through the vet office, this makes it to where you can pledge your money to an account that once, especially when I become a 501c3 organization, which I'm smack dab in the middle of applying for. It's 28 pages long, and it's got a lot of creation of bylaws and setting up your board of directors and officers, things of that nature. So I'm right in the middle of it, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get done. But there is going to be a business account set up that will have all of those funds being held in these each individual catch-all accounts. They're called children, actually. There's a parent account and children thermometers. So you'll be able to deposit money to that account, and then whenever a dog is pulled and has no foster and needs to be transported, we will take that money and dedicate it towards the transport and pay the transporter directly out of that account. And that way you can know that it is legitimate and it's actually happening, because I promise you, if that doesn't get covered or paid, people are going to let you know, hey, this Shelter Pets Live didn't pay for this service, and I promise you, word travels fast in animal rescue. So there's really no way you can hide if you're trying to scam money from people or ripping anybody off. So just so everybody knows and feels comfortable, I have absolutely no interest in doing anything of that nature. My number one goal with this show, the only reason why I spend time doing it, even though I have my little technical glitches that I'm working through and I sometimes flub my words, it's more important to me to save animal lives than it is to look like, silly or like a fool or anything like that. That is more important to me. So, I'm going to keep making mistakes, I'm sure, and there may be glitches here and there, but I promise you they won't be like they have been, a couple of times this week. So starting next week on Monday, it's going to look completely different, nice, crisp, and easy to follow. No, mishmash between the transitions between each of the scenes that I've created to be able to show you images and video and Skype and things like that. It's going to be a lot more streamlined. So I invite you to come back and check out the show again on Monday. I hope that you enjoyed the show today. I look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks a lot. Signing off for today. Bye-bye.